Hey there, air signs. This is for Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius for the week of November 3rd through the 10th. Thank you to all of you who have subscribed to my channel, Higher Source Tarot. I really appreciate that and all the views. Every week I'm going to give you a weekly reading. So it's all for all Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. So you get your own individual signs. So if you're, let's say, Aquarius, you can scroll through Gemini and Libra and get to your sign and what makes sense in your chart. So please do that every week. The readings, again, time is fluid, but I don't see the readings as being years out there. Maybe it's not this week, but it's later in the month or something happens and you go, whoa, I do remember that reading and I knew it was going to happen and it took 3-4 weeks, but boy, that sure was accurate. That can happen all the time. The other thing with tarot readings is we're reading the energy of the cards. So we're getting energy from someone, and you can change your own vibration. So you might get a reading and you go, God, I don't want that Seven of Swords energy. And you start investing in yourself and doing things to raise your own vibration. That can change. So don't ever feel like you're tied to a situation and this is just going to happen. It's just kind of an indicator for you. Use it as guidance. Use it as your own intuition telling you, either I need to change course or I'm aligned with source and things are coming into my reality. So at the end of this, I will give you a Louise Hay affirmation too from our Life Loves You card deck. So let's start off here with Gemini for the week of November 3rd through the 10th here. We're going to begin with Gemini. Let's see what's going on with Gemini. Okay. Ace of Pentacles, Ace of Wands, Knight of Pentacles, Ten of Pentacles. The Lovers. Seven of Cups, Eight of Wands. Interesting. Eight of Pentacles, King of Pentacles, and Five of Swords. And at the bottom of the deck is the Hermit here. So you're here with the Lovers, Gemini. Virgo is the Hermit. You could be dealing with a fire sign. Could be the only you don't have a ton of water in this, but you do have the Seven of Cups. A lot of Pentacles though, and some air. So I guess I'm wondering too if this could be about money. Could be a relationship that involved money. With that Ace of Wands, you had a relationship at some point that was very satisfying on all levels. The Ace of Wands and the Ten of Pentacles together make a lovely combination for a relationship. Could have been with a fire sign, could have been an earth sign. And that Knight of Pentacles was almost seems like it was very, stable, grounded, money was good. The Ace of Wands is an action card, and so that one, I feel like it wasn't a boring relationship, whereas if you had all these pentacles, that can be maybe a little bit dull. Do think it was possibly a twin flame for you, possibly a karmic situation, and at some point, somebody started to get a wandering eye, and there was something that changed direction rapidly. I do think you are in a place where you may be getting communication this week, but be careful with it. When I see that Five of Swords, that's always change, but it's also that Five of Swords is more about conflict and it can be about walking away from conflict. So could be somebody who is looking to get at you a little bit, Gemini. So be careful with that. You don't have to attend every fight you're invited to. I think money's going to be really stable this week. Work is going to be good. And that might be your solace. When you're dealing with a relationship, I personally like to keep my work life very professional. I'm friends with people at work, but I don't bring in every single thing that happens in my personal life into work. I think you have to be careful with that. People who introduce a lot of their home life to the point where it's almost dysfunctional at work. I think there's a reason why work life needs to be balanced and have at least some separation. So I think overall for you, Gemini, it's going to be a good week ahead, but I do think there's going to be somebody out there that might try to draw you into conflict. I don't think I mentioned we're under a Mercury retrograde. So from Halloween to, I think it's November 20th, Mercury is in retrograde. Again, we don't want to live our life by that, but it can be a good time if you've had dishonesty in a past relationship, to possibly make amends there. It also could be a time when you are reviewing your relationships, especially friendships, and you might decide somebody needs to exit your group of key players. There may be somebody who doesn't serve you anymore. So this is a Louise Hay phrase, I trust my inner ding. You were born with an inner knowing, what Louise calls your inner ding. Listen to it and let it guide your actions. All right, Gemini, so if you have a feeling of, you know what, I'm not going to tangle with this right now, that's the right answer for you, because that's what I'm getting from this, that you just kind of need to do you this week and do your own thing, and don't feel guilty about that one bit. You don't need to engage in anything that doesn't serve you. All right, so let's hear about Libra. Nine of Swords here. Whoops, got two at once. Nine of Swords, the World, and Nine of Cups. Into the Five of Wands, Justice, there you are. Queen of Wands, the Hierophant, Queen of Swords, and the Emperor. Very interesting. All right, so we've got Virgo, Libra, the Aries. Got a lot of fire here. So what I see is you were in some kind of a relationship that was giving you some headaches. You know, it was kind of all over the place, where it was exciting and fun, and you might have been going out a lot and just felt very swept off your feet, but there was something at the foundation of it that was not solid, that was just kind of gnawing at you. I do see you may have recently or are in the middle of some kind of conflict, but change is occurring with that. And what I see from that is you're going to be coming out of that conflict. So whatever needed to be addressed or needs to be addressed is going to happen. With that Justice card, things are going to get more balanced. You know, you might even be headed towards some kind of a counselor, a therapist, or something of that nature. I think overall, though, you're going to be feeling good about yourself. Just, you know, it's like one of those weeks where you just know you look good and you feel good. With the Hierophant, this is somebody, again, this is another 5. You have 2 5s right next to each other, so that's interesting. You know, it's Earth energy, so Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo. Got Virgo in here twice. You know, it has to do with running the distance, with stability. I think if you've had a relationship where there was some conflict and strife, somebody probably needed to grow up a little bit in this. I don't think it was you. I think with that Queen of Swords, so that's going to be you telling them that. Like, here's what I need from you if this is what you want to be doing. And with that Emperor, too, this is, again, somebody who is not afraid to speak their mind and knows what they want and can be very direct, and there's nothing wrong with that. You know, we only get to go around once, and you are not here to struggle. You're not here to suffer. Life is supposed to be fun. And I think if a relationship, you know, is meant to be, it will happen. You know, the other thing is, too, I think we know when a relationship isn't meant to be, when we can't be our whole self, when we have to edit parts of ourselves because we know certain things bother the other person, so we hold back. If you can't be your whole self, this is not the one for you. So I like this one for you. I choose to live with ease. Life does not have to be as difficult as you sometimes make it. Complete this sentence. One way I could let my life be easier is. Okay, so I know for me, I've had a history of taking care of people, and so I have changed my focus that I'm done with that. I even try not to focus on it at all, really. And I look around at all the opportunities that come to me, where I feel like people kind of extend an extra measure of grace and really try to help me out. So very nice for you guys. And let's see what's going on with Aquarius here. Page of Pentacles, Page of Cups. Okay, could have been something immature here. 3 of Wands, haven't seen that in a little bit. Judgment. 4 of Pentacles and the 6 of Cups. Interesting. Page of Swords. Well, you've got 3 pages, you guys. I'm definitely feeling, Aquarius, like you have been dealing with somebody who's very immature. They kind of were giving you these little puny offers. Page of Cups also is about manifesting. But again, they've got this little tiny pentacle, this little tiny fish. And it's kind of like, look, if you want me around, you're going to have to put more than that into this. Where they were kind of just maybe occupied with other things. Maybe their social life was really important. This could also be you with that being said, where you weren't putting in the work and somebody got pissed and went, well, I'm going to go over here and look to some other, I'm going to look to the universe to fulfill me because this ain't it. But I do think that for somebody, Judgment came in. That Judgment card is a strong card about getting a decision. So if it was kind of like, look, I'm not here to take your scraps. I'm not burned toast. Somebody came through and tried to put things right. But I do think somebody's got a little bit closed off with that Four of Pentacles, and that could be you. It also could be this person that's giving these little puny offers is kind of a tightwad, and they don't, maybe some of it is just a fundamental difference where one person likes to go out and kind of spend money and have fun, and they value having experiences and using money for experiences versus material possessions. There could be a difference like that. Again, with the immaturity, the Six of Cups there's an immaturity about this. I definitely think there was an ex involved in this. With the Page of Swords, this person is not great with communication. Again, they tend to be kind of immature. It could be somebody that blows up your phone, 80 million, with 80 million texts, and they're just bombarding you with these text messages. Why aren't you calling me back? Or accusing you of blocking them. They might also be spying on you a little bit, checking out your social media, maybe driving in areas where you tend to congregate, trying to see what you're up to, checking on you with friends and things like that. But I think you're going to have you definitely have a new cycle beginning. So with that Ten of Wands, it's been burdensome for you, where you just kind of feel like, I don't know that I really want this anymore. I think you're going to be traveling to higher ground. I think you're going to be moving away from this, getting out of something that's been burdening you, and possibly even travel. So if you have plans for a trip at some point, you definitely could be taking that. So let's see, your Louise Hay card. I listen to the wisdom of my body. Your body has a message for you. Listen to what it is telling you. Thank your body for being the perfect messenger. Okay, so if when you get this person contacts you, you either read it and you forget for hours, there's a sign, like this is not that important to me that I even remember it. If you read it and you kind of tense up, again, that's a sign. If you read it and you get butterflies, that's a sign. Okay, so, or you get that little rush of excitement. Those are all indicators your body's trying to communicate with you. So, here we go for this month doesn't look that pretty, does it? But I think the overall readings were good for Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. Okay, so air signs, thank you for tuning in. I love you guys. Come back next week and I'll have another weekly reading for you.